day, Doctor. We are from Team 4 and today we are going to discuss about Group Assignment 2 where the selected country is United Arab Emirates. So first of all, I'm the first presenter, Tan Yi-Jane, and my matrix number is 27637. I'm going to talk about the introduction part first. So what is actually country risk? Country risk is described as the degree to which investing in a specific country requires risk, notably the possibility that investor might lose their money. So in order to analyze country risk, an associated analysis and research for these influencing elements should be done where the political, economic, financial, social and environmental risks are the key focus of this investigation. So UAE was chosen for analysis in this study. So the United Arab Emirates are actually made up of 7 Emirates, namely Ajman, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah, Al Quwain, and also Sharjah. So the capital is Abu Dhabi, and each emirate is governed by a different single president. United Arab Emirates is also one of the wealthiest countries in the world, and it considered to be most developed nation in the Western Asia. The weight and score will be given for each type of the factors associated in the country risk in this study. So for the first part, which is political risk, and there are 4 factors, but the first one is government instability. So the government instability is assigned with the weight of 0.2. This is because, according to research, UAE is one of the stable countries in terms of their government. So the score given was 20 out of 100. This is because, according to UAE, the government's absolute decision-making powers and capacity to govern without constraints have been remained stable since the 1971, and there is no sign of any sort of elective governance being implemented until today. Hence, in the government instability of political risk, we can see that the total score is only 4, which means that the stability in government of UAE leads to a lower political risk. The second one, which is human rights, as we can see that the weight assigned is the highest among all, which is 0.4. This is because, according to research, UAE has a lot of human rights issues. Score given for the human rights in the political risk is 80 out of 100 is because issues of human rights in United Arab Emirates have been happening for a long term since 2009. For example, in recent year on 7 January of 2022, there is a case about Ahmed Mansour, where this Ahmed Mansour has been published a jail letter outlining his maltreatment in custody in July 2021. When Mansour are in jail, UAE officials had refused him the opportunity to medical treatment, and throughout many years, the UAE violated Mansour's rights via arbitrary detention, threats of death, assault with weapons, and also government monitoring and cruel treatment in the jail. Thus, we can see that the human rights total score is 32, which is the highest among all, and this brings a big impact on the political risk. For the next one, which is political violence, where it is assigned with the weight of 0.3 because in UAE it consists of tight security, but although it has a tight security, it does not actually prevent the issues fully. Hence, the weighted score for political violence are 18, which simplifies that the political violence in United Arab Emirates is low, yet it happened rarely due to their security protection is high. Last, which is the corruption, it has the lowest weight among all, which is 0.1. This is because UAE is always combating the issues of corruption and bribery, and thus this issue does not actually bring a big impact into the country. The score given was 20 out of 100 is because UAE is ranked at the 33rd based on the world data, and due to it does not have much issues on corruption, and based on the world data, the corruption has decreased in long term for these recent years. Although it has decreased in the long term, but there is still a little corruption issues where due to the research, there is one emirate which is Dubai, where it is issued as a hub or base of operations by corrupt and criminal and individuals from throughout the world. For total score in corruption, we can see that it is only 2, which this indicates that the country is not corrupted much in corruption issues in terms of political risk.
Hello everyone, my name is Tashini Venkatasalam and my matric number is 287848. Now I'm going to explain about the economic risk. From the GDP, the weightage is 0.2. It is because GDP records amount of US 503 billion in 2022. The score is 30 because the GDP is showing a positive sign. Inflation weightage is 0.4 because inflation give an impact on the economy due to the loss of purchasing power. The score is 40 because it is anticipated to decline in the upcoming years. The unemployment rate weightage is 0.3 because this can lead lower levels of economic growth and development. The score is 40 because UAE's overall unemployment rate is quite low, between 2 to 3%. Balance of trade weightage is 0.1 because it did not consist high risk in UAE due to its stability since 2000. The score is 10 because, according to WTO statistic, UAE's goods and services trade has a positive sign. Now I'm going to explain about financial risk. Government debt weightage is 0.4 because UAE has invested financial reserve in US Treasury bonds. The score is 60 because the country's debt is expected to increase by 8.7 billion US dollars. Strength of banking industry weightage is 0.45 because banks are highly exposed to credit risk due to active borrowing and underwriting practices. The score is 50 because the equity to gross loans ratio in UAE records lowest among other countries. Access to capital weightage is 0.15 because UAE is ranked 25th place in world for ease of doing businesses. The score is 70 because high stating expenses endanger young UAE-based enterprises and discourage businesses.
Hi, my name is Natasha binti Mama Adha, metric number 288440. So I'm going to continue with the social risk. First factor is crime rates with weightage 0.2. UAE has strict laws and regulation and has zero tolerance even for the minor offence. The score given is 16 because the crime rates index in UAE is only 15.45%, which is very low compared to the other country. Besides, is education. The weightage given for education is 0.1 because there is low number of uneducated people in UAE as the government has focused on education to achieve the SGD4 to ensure the quality education. The score given is 30 because UAE Education Index is 80%. It is mandatory for all 6 to 18 years old to go to school. Moreover, income inequality weightage is 0.5, which is half of the total weight. Immigrant either legal or illegal receive lower salary than the local. Note that 88% of UAE population is immigrant. The score given is 37 because according to the World Economic Data, top 1% of local people make up 22.8% of total income, while the bottom only 5.8%. Lastly is the gender inequality. The weightage is 0.2 as UAE has established Gender Balance Council and the score is 29 as both gender get equal rights on education, health, career and even inherited property.
The last risk is environmental risk. We look at the first factor, which is air pollution. The weightage is 0.2 because emissions through the combustions of food of water, energy, transportation, industrial operations and human activities have an impact on the increase in the risk of air pollution. This is according to the United Arab Emirates governmental portal. The score is 75 over 100 because air pollution in UAE ranks globally at 11 out of 131 countries in 2022. Second factor is land degradation and desertification. The weightage is 0.3 because land degradation, desertifications and dryness are worldwide issues that can affect millions of people's livelihoods and offer severe obstacles in achieving sustainable growth. The score is 80 over 100 because this issue has been happening for a long time period, where it affects more than 3.2 billion people and up to 143 million individuals may leave their home countries by 250 due to issues in Dubai. The last factor is climate change, with the weightage given was 0.5. It is because UAE is one of the countries in the world with the highest level of exposure to the possible effects of climate change. The score given is 52.4 over 100 because although there are climate change issues in UAE, yet the biodiversity category in UAE receives an excellent grade of 80.3.
Now we'll be moving to the last part, which is the overall risk, and we can see that the total score for each risk is different and different weight had also been assigned. So for the first one, which is political risk, the weight assigned was 0.05, which is the lowest because throughout the year of 2023 to 2027, in prediction period, the United Arab Emirates will remain politically stable and Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan will continue to lead as the president of the UAE after a smooth change of leadership in the May of 2022. For the second one, which is economic risk, as you can see that the weight assigned was 0.2 is because the oil sector is the most important in the UAE and particularly in Abu Dhabi, making up of 90% of the country's total oil reserve. As a result, the rising in oil price are actually significant benefit to UAE's economy, and this is why the weight assigned was only 0.2. Now, which is financial risk, where the weight assigned was 0.25. This is because according to research, the rating of moderate in UAE was based on the fact that Dubai there is currently a higher risk compared to the other Emirates. Now, the third one, which is financial risk, as you can see that the weight assigned was 0.25, slightly higher, is because according to research, the rating of moderate in UAE was based on the fact that Dubai there is currently a higher risk compared to other Emirates. Yet the government controls keep the danger level reasonable. The fourth one, which is social risk, the weight assigned was 0.1 because although the government does combat the issues, yet there are actually still issues happening recently. Last but not least, which is the environmental risk, it was assigned with the highest weight, which is 0.4, is because according to UAE government portal, today's natural environment face enormous problem. The UAE is actually dealing with the consequences consequences of fast development as well as the repercussion of global warming and also the climate changes. Thus, the overall risk for the United Arab Emirates is 53.18, which this consider that their risk is medium to high as it is slightly higher than the average. So in conclusion, we can see that the country risk of UAE actually has to focus on their financial risk, political risk, and also environmental risk. Besides, the corresponding importance of various country risks are different from one country to another. Hence, as a result, each country must actually build its own country risk policy as the identification and handling the country risk. It is critical in the context of the rise of globalization, and the role of governments are also important in maintaining a good country risk. So that's all from us. Thank you.